What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Six Underground, the new Michael Bay movie, Netflix exclusive. Pretty crazy that Netflix is in the past couple weeks released a Martin Scorsese exclusive movie and I mean not exclusive, but the Netflix is producing Scorsese films and Michael Bay films. And it's even more surprising that I think the Six Underground from Michael Bay is more impressive than The Irishman is from Martin Scorsese. I mean, The Irishman is pretty much paint by numbers Scorsese, not really anything new. There's no real there's nothing that makes The Irishman stand out amongst all of the other Scorsese films, where Six Underground is probably the best Michael Bay movie I've ever seen. It's like a culmination of all of the things that Michael Bay has done in his career. Now, I used to, as a youngin, as growing up, I loved Michael Bay films. You know, you got Bad Boys, Bad Boys 2. He was always known for, big explosions. You got Armageddon and just like over the top action movies. Never known for, good acting or good writing. That's never been his strong suit. And this movie is not going to be breaking any boundaries when it comes to the performances or the story. But what it is breaking the mold with is just action movie enjoyment. I mean, you're getting the slick lit, like all of the scenes look amazing. He lights them very well. He has this, very much like the blue, yellow kind of lighting to give the contrast, which is everywhere in this movie. But the action scenes, it's like he learned. I haven't watched any. I think the last Michael Bay movie I watched was probably the first Transformers movie, and it was horrible. Like, the action scenes weren't good. But I think what he learned from doing all those Transformer movies is doing action from a distance. Like, there are big epic set pieces in this movie where the camera is just really far away and you're seeing a lot of kind of crazy things happen. There's an action, and also integrating parkour. I mean, there's the District B13. It's a movie, like a French film, I think. Has a lot of parkour in it. Also, Hardcore Henry, I think there's some parkour moments. This one has some amazing parkour. Clearly a lot of drone shots. There's a lot of fast-moving, sweeping shots. Very Michael Bay. I mean, this is Michael Bay at his most Michael Bay-ness, right? This is Michael Bay turned up to 13, right? I can't say that with The Irishman. I can't say The Irishman was Scorsese turned up to 13. That was like Scorsese doing a comfortable 7, right? Where Six Underground is just amazing. So it's also very much, in addition to having Ryan Reynolds in it, which I think he's a perfect lead for like a Michael Bay film, but it also had a lot of Deadpool-ness aside from just the Ryan Reynolds. There's a lot of like slow-mo, kind of really slow-mo, gratuitous kind of craziness. There's a scene where a dude shoots a grenade launcher, and there's a slow-mo shot. Like, he's shooting at a car. There's a big car chase, and this dude is shooting a grenade launcher into a car, and you see the grenade launch into the car and hit the guy in the face, and blood. Like, it's just amazing. It's just the most amazing action sequences in any movie. I think, like, just for that pure actionness, this movie is amazing. Like, it's a movie that you can throw on, and I've probably played this movie 5 times since watching it 3 days ago. Not that I'm watching it all the time, but it's something that's just the best to have on in the background, and you look up and you see just amazing action. You're like, holy shit, just on the edge of your seat action moments. Like, this is a movie that I wish I could go see in IMAX. right? Like I don't give a fuck about seeing The Irishman in movie theaters. There's nothing like there's nothing about that movie that makes me think, "Oh, I wish I had seen that in a movie theater instead of on my TV." But Six Underground is a movie that I wish I could see in IMAX because I would and probably see it multiple times just cuz it's just such like a fun action experience. Coming the only other action movies I could think of really, I mean aside from like The Matrix which was like groundbreaking but also had an amazing story to go along with it, and good performances and things like that. The only thing I could think of would be John Wick, which has a good story also, but it is more of an action junkie type of a movie. Um, but this is just big. I mean, Michael Bay is just like big explosions. There's a crazy scene. I don't even know, maybe halfway in this movie where they're doing these jobs. So it's like six people. The premise of this film is like six people that like are dead, right? They no longer exist. They killed their old lives so they could be free to be vigilantes, to change the world for the better, using their skills for good. Like kind of not superhero. I mean, there's definitely very superheroish type of things, kind of like maybe Fast and the Furious kind of a setup where you have a ragtag crew that goes to do these missions, um, and Ryan Reynolds is kind of the lead, which he's great. He's great. He's not doing anything much different than he would in like Deadpool, but it's just his personality and his like charisma helps balance out like this kind of crazy, this crazy scenarios. Um, so there's this six people and their crew. Starts out with seven, which spoilers. There's a reason why it's called Six Underground, not Seven Underground. I mean, one, it's kind of that dual meaning of being dead 6 feet underground, but also they're kind of underground, off the grid, and there's only six members, even though they started out with seven. So it could have been if a certain forklift had been parked in a better OSHA approved space and maybe the forks down, this movie may have been called Seven Underground, which wouldn't have the layers of meaning. So thankfully, I guess somebody misparked their forklift and dispatched of one of the group. Um, but yeah, just it in a lot of ways it's like The Matrix because The Matrix showed amazing action that you've never seen before. I mean, you'd kind of seen like the wire fu stuff and everything, but it was like mind-blowing to see like kung fu and sci-fi, and this movie I would say is like you're not seeing anything new, but you're seeing it done in a new way, I guess. I don't know. It's just like it's really just pure like action movie crack. I mean, anybody going into an action movie, especially a Michael Bay movie, you cannot go into a Michael Bay movie expecting to see cohesive storytelling to its finest. You're not seeing high drama. You're not seeing performances from actors that will get nominated for Academy Awards. You're not going in there ever expecting to see that. But what you will hopefully see is just amazing action done, action scenes and set pieces done by like a master. That's what this is. Like this is Michael Bay saying, "Listen, I'm doing the thing I do best and I'm doing it to 13. I'm turning it all the way up." And it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun this movie. Uh and I don't know. The only thing that I would say would love to see Michael Bay do is team up with more stand-up comedians. Because at least then they could riff on lines and make them, have those moments where you're giving the story in between action set pieces. If those were lines delivered by stand-up comics, then that would probably blow it up. But I'm excited. Hopefully, this is like the first of a series. I would not mind seeing this group come back together again. It has kind of like a Avengers kind of a feel because it's ragtag group doing crazy, or like a Fast and the Furious. It fits right in with all those franchises as far as kind of giving you that crazy action, but I think done in a better way, but far better than Hobbs and Shaw. Yes, I mean that was pretty fun, but this, oh my god, I'm like probably while I'm editing this week's episodes, I'm most likely going to have that running at least once. It's going to get heavy rotation, and it was a lot of fun. So go watch Six Underground. It's on Netflix now. Go watch it. It's super fun. That's it for this episode. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!